as I welcome our very first speaker to the stage, the incredible Sandra Coker, who is going to blow your socks off today. So I want you to give her a warm welcome, give her lots of love in the chat, because she is ready now to present to all of you. So take it away.
Thank you, Luke, so much. I appreciate that. A couple of weeks ago, I'm standing in a private room at a local Massachusetts restaurant, a favorite spot here in Westboro, owned by one of my clients. Today, though, I'm not here to work. I'm hosting a party. Not for my amazing 28-year-old daughter. Truth be told, this wouldn't be her first pick for a celebration, but for something equally meaningful, the signing event for my first book, People Profit, which became an Amazon international bestseller just last month. We're having a blast. My son Lucas, my daughter Megan, my husband, my mom, and about 60 other friends, clients, and colleagues fill the room with laughter and lively conversation. I really do love a good party. Who doesn't, right? But this moment feels like something deeper. As I look around, I see Lucas chatting enthusiastically with Curtis, and soon they're joined by others, drawn into their conversation. Across the room, Megan is reconnecting with Carrie, one of her very first guests on her podcast, sparking interest from others eager to hear about the podcast. I love that my kids have the natural ability to connect. They confidently create new bonds among all the guests. In that moment, standing quietly off to the side, I feel immense pride, not just about the book, but because of who my children have become. They've truly witnessed it all. The day I lost my job, the challenges of a drawn-out divorce. Can you relate to that? The continued daily stress of caring for their chronically ill older brother. Yet, here they are, effortlessly doing what has always been our family's secret weapon, connecting with people. Watching them that night, it was less about me being an author and more like witnessing the ripple effect of something meaningful unfolding in real time. I felt like a proud mom, seeing her kids embrace our legacy of building valuable relationships. Let me ask, am I the only one that sees a best-selling author, a successful business person, or someone on stage like me and thinks, that's not possible for me? At that moment with my kids, it felt like accumulation of everything that erased all of my self-doubt. But the road to get there wasn't so clear. In fact, there was a time when everything felt like it was unraveling. Let me take you back. It's 5 days before Christmas, 2019. The lights are glistening, snow on the ground, people are bustling around, humming Jingle Bell Rock. It's giving full Hallmark movie vibes. My house is festive and ready for the onslaught of my grandkids and family activities. The tree, of course, I got Thanksgiving weekend, is sparkling. The Dickens Village is set up beautifully on my bay window. And my living room is decked out like the mall during the holidays. So fun! You might not be that person, but do you know someone like me? But that Friday afternoon, after putting on my coat, getting ready to head into work, I just can't shake that weird feeling. My boss had called a meeting, and something about it really didn't sit right. I don't think this is going to be the thanks for your hard work this year kind of meeting. Who else in this room has ever felt like you're doing everything right, but your gut is screaming something is wrong? There shouldn't be, as I had just finished out the year, closing $750,000 of the $1 million in sales that year. I was the Beyonce of the business, but my stomach was still in knots. I walk into his office, cheerfully wishing him a Merry Christmas, chatting away about gingerbread houses and my daughter coming home from college. Don't you just love Christmas time? I did, until that afternoon. because that's the day I got fired. Merry Christmas to me. Has anyone else ever had one of those, wait, what just happened kind of moments where you thought you were killing it only to have the rug pulled out from under you? There was no warning. No, we need to talk. Just Merry Christmas, here's your last paycheck, and don't forget your poinsettia on the way out. So now I'm walking out of my office, well, my former office, single mom, 3 kids, one in college, one about to be. And if you have teenagers, you know, college is just a polite way of saying, give us your house. I was devastated. I was so unsure. I was trying to figure out if I could make Christmas dinner just with Kraft macaroni and cheese and my crushed dreams. Take a moment. What's a big life moment that flipped your world upside down? Maybe you're still sitting with it. Maybe it changed your whole trajectory. That event is what changed mine. Can I ask, when life falls apart, who do you call? Do you have that go-to friend, the one that shows up with a bottle of wine? Sauvignon Blanc is mine. McDonald's, and maybe a spreadsheet of action steps. That's what saved me. Not a new degree, not a bank loan. It was people. After I was fired, I was introduced to Phil through someone in my network. Phil didn't know me from a hole in the wall, but after one conversation over coffee, he said, "You're my new project." He became my mentor, business advisor, and biggest champion, and still is to this day. That introduction never would have happened without the relationships I had made before I needed them. We all spend so much time building our skills, but when life implodes, it's not your resume that saves you, it's your relationships. Now, listen, people can either lift you up or weigh you down. For every wise, generous Phil, there's a Chad. He's out there treating networking like a door-to-door sales gig. Have you ever met someone at an event who clearly skipped the how to human class? They shove their business card in your hand like they're handing out a flyer for a timeshare. Or maybe they corner you, talking endlessly about themselves, about their Labradoodle named Fifi, their golf swing, their high school glory days. And 10 minutes later, without coming up for air, they hit you with, "So, can you introduce me to your boss?" No, I cannot, Chad. Networking should not feel like speed dating with LinkedIn profiles. Who here has ever met a Chad? Or maybe even been the Chad? It's okay. We've all had desperate times. Which brings me to my next point. Become the person in the room who others ask for help. For me, this really comes naturally. I've always made it a priority to add value without an agenda. When you consistently show up for people, the impact is actually really profound. Let me illustrate this with a quick story. A few years ago, I met someone in the auto industry. We never met in person, but we stayed connected over the years, checking in genuinely over time. Recently, he found himself on vacation at Disneyland with his family. In the middle of what should have been a magical day on Main Street, he got the call that he was fired. He reached out immediately when he got back and said, "I'm ready to go out on my own, and you're the only person I trust to help make this happen." We had built a relationship over time. We had built trust. That's it. We now have a plan to build a vertical of business that helps thousands of auto dealerships across the country to have more success and retain their talent. Let me ask, who would call you when everything hits the fan? Would you be someone's first call? As I look at the life I've built, the clients I serve, the business I love, it didn't come from cold emails or transactions. It came from warm, genuine human connections. We build trust through consistency, generosity, and follow-through. When you show up for others without an agenda, they remember. And when you need something, they show up. This is exactly what happened to me during my dark days. But let's talk about the real heroes of my success story. My girl group, the Fabs. Am I the only one who's part of a group who has a chat filled with more memes, emojis, and celebrations than actual words? You know, the chat you put on Do Not Disturb, and 3 days later, your storage is full? Some of the best career advice I've ever gotten was sitting on my couch in sweats, eating Cheez Its, and texting. Do I respond to this client or just scream into my pillow? Those girls, they are my lifeline. Every new adventure, every risk, they're cheering me on, even when I do something totally wild, like deciding to get my motorcycle license at age 52 as a tribute to my significant other who passed away at age 50 suddenly in 2020. He never got to ride. It was on his bucket list, a dream left unfinished. So I did it for both of us. The Fabs didn't blink. They worried, but they rallied. They hyped me up like I was trying out to be Marc Marquez in the next MotoGP championship. Every drop, wobble, mile, and every ounce of my reclaimed joy, they celebrated with me. 4 years later, riding isn't just a hobby, it's my love. And it's a living tribute to Matt, to me, to choosing life, even in loss. That's real support. That's your board of directors. And as a bonus, you don't have to wear Spanx to meet with them. So let me ask you, who are the people reminding you of your power when you can't see it yourself? We love to romanticize about the self-made journey, about bootstrapping and hustling, rising like a phoenix. But let's be honest, the phoenix had people fanning the flames, right? Your people give you perspective, courage, and sometimes the actual opportunity. They open doors you didn't even know existed. So yes, build your skills, sharpen your tools, but don't forget the people. They are the foundation of every pivot, promotion, and possibility in your life. So, what happened after that Christmas catastrophe? Today, 5.5 years later, I'm the CEO of a rapidly growing 7-figure company. I work with amazing people doing work that lights me up every day. I'm married to an incredible man who also loves to ride. We have 7 chickens, a dog, and a very mean cat. She's terrible. Let me leave you with this. Think about the people around you, the texts you haven't responded to, the mentor you haven't updated, the former coworker you keep saying, we should grab coffee, and never do. What if your next opportunity isn't out there somewhere? It's already around you. It's in your contact list. It's across the room at the event you almost didn't attend. So the next time life throws you a plot twist, remember, it's not who you are that gets you through. It's who you're with. So, who are you calling after this talk?
Oh my God. Wow. Sandra, that was amazing.
Thank
So
you.
powerful. I love it. And the audience loved it too. You're going to love reading the chat. Just drop a word to just summarize how you feel after Sandra's incredible talk right then. And Sandra, how are you feeling right now, having delivered the best presentation of your freaking life?
I'm excited. There was a lot of versions, and I was tweaking it this morning. So I'm really excited. Thank you. Beautiful. This has been a great journey.
And absolutely incredible. Do you
Thank
see all the comments that we have in here, Sandra? You did an outstanding job, and I cannot wait to celebrate even further with you in our call later. So let's hear it one more time again for Sandra, everybody.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.